Okay, spoiler alert, no trains running in this video, just me talking about what's going on with my layout and what I'm thinking about right now. Okay, Model Railroad subscribers, this video I'm going to talk about a decision point I'm at. I've been thinking about this for quite a while. So I'm going to go through some history. I'm going to talk about what is my decision point. And toward the end, I'll show you some track plans that I built on AnyRail 6. I want to give a shout out to Ron at Ron's Trains and Things for doing a video on that software, and it gave me confidence to buy it and give it a try. So anyway, I started my DC layout in April of 17. I converted to DCC in 18. I finished my layout in the fall of 2018, and then I started my second 4x8 in January of 19. During that time, I learned JMRI, not all of it, some of it, and Arduinos, just enough to run sensors. I'm nearly finished with this second layout, and I've talked about in my videos expanding my background shelf a little bit. But is that really the right decision for me in my layout? And that's what I've been thinking about and give it quite a bit of thought. And I spent a lot of years analyzing stuff, either in IT or finance. So here's my thinking and how I analyze this issue. So, you know, I could just do minor improvements on this thing. Fix the dead frogs, install my IR sensors and with my Arduino, so I could get my trains to stop under JMRI script. You know, hook up my little signals on my switches, install some fascia to clean up the look of the layout, clean up some wiring. I need a better control shelf, that little fold down thing with all those old Atlas switch things isn't too cool. And then just clean up the background shelf and not really do much with that. Issues I would be leaving are these brass switches and track on my original layout that don't operate very well on DCC, and there's a whole bunch of those things. I think I have 20. I have kind of a substandard track design with my new 4x8 connected to the old 4x8. Yeah, it's kind of kludgy. And right now I can see it's going to be difficult for me to meet my overall goal of running 4 trains simultaneously on JMRI script. So that's option number 1. Option number 2 is expand the background shelf to 18 inches, which is what I've been thinking about. I do all the items on number 1. And I create an operating switching layout. It have its own separate control system. I get to build some more buildings, love to build buildings. So that's kind of what that would look like, landscape it and whatnot. The issues are, it's not going to be connected to my current 4x6. I can't see building some kind of lift outs and stuff. And really, I just don't enjoy switching. That's just not the part of this hobby I like. And it won't completely meet my goal of running the 4 trains. I could run a train back and forth on the background shelf, but like I said, switching is just not my thing. Okay, I could add 18 inches to my existing 4x16 layout, making it, 5.5. Just strap on a shelf on the layout itself, not on the wall. I do all the items on 1. I rework the far side or the south side track and incorporate the background into the plan. I get my new buildings. I can move my oil track and storage tanks so I can run those trains easier than I can now. And I move my coal loading, get a more realistic location of the coal loader. That gets closer to my 4 train goal. Doesn't fix my kludgy single track issues in the front of this layout. and it doesn't fix the back into operation. I have, most of my buildings on my original layout, you have to back into them, and I don't know, I just don't find backing into stuff too interesting. So option number 4, start a brand new 6x16 layout. Completely new from the rails up. I can incorporate my new buildings, use my old ones. I could have some shelves and drawers under the layout. I can have a center control, a pull-out control center. Right now it's off to the right. I'd like to have it in the middle of this 16-foot layout. I get some DCC switches all over the layout, get rid of those brass guys. Incorporate what I've learned over the last 3 years. Now the first one, obviously, this is the most expensive option. I haven't put together a budget on this, but it's certainly not going to be cheap buying a lot of new switches. I can tear the thing down, which will take a lot of time and effort. It's going to take a long time to build the new layout, although that's not really an issue because I like building stuff, so that gives me a chance to keep busy. Have I learned enough about this to do this right, or will I end up with some more problems that I'm having to deal with? And then I have to rearrange my garage a little bit. I have to move some items out of the far side of my garage because my car will have to go over just a little bit. So that's the first part of this video, and I'll do the second one just right after this in a separate video. Stay tuned.